Alright, so I've started cutting in the patio. So I've got all these existing pieces that we took from the patio before that have already been cut to shape, but poorly. So I didn't get to see it when it was installed, but the guys took it apart, and I'm gonna mix in the pieces I got, and I'll probably get more, but some of the pieces that are against the threshold are the pieces I bought because they're thicker and they're not gonna wobble so much over time. We usually use 2-inch pieces. The ones that are existing are like inch, half inch, just a little smaller. It's probably easier for them to work with. But this is what it looks like. Nice tight joints. Use a hammer, kind of cobble the edges, use a stone, hone it. So basically, this is how I kind of do it. Find a home for a rock. You've got a spot right there. You basically want to get all the seams sealed up. You put that rock right over the top. I don't know if you can see it exactly, but you want to make these lines line up so it's looks like it's a nice little, I hate saying the word, but puzzle, but it's definitely not like a puzzle unless the puzzle pieces weigh 50 pounds a piece. And you can pick them up 30 times without crying. Anyway, so you'll run this one down to here, and basically the whole idea when I do patios is I don't like to have running seams. I like to have a seam that would run from there and just have a straight line. You always want to break it up and have it move around and bounce around and keep your eye kind of looking around. Different colors, if you can have a stone that's washed off, different colors are cool to kind of space out and pop around, and make sure you don't put all the reds next to each other, all the blues next to each other, but kind of get a nice mixture. And the problem is this stone's old. It's been here for a while. You can see the moss and lichen on this after pressure wash it, but it's hard to tell the colors until I pressure wash it. It could be different. So anyways, the edge isn't really clean. The designer, my boss that I work for, wants me to cut this at a nice straight line, so there'll be a 90-degree cut right there. It's pointless to try to, it saves me time just to cut it later than find all natural edges. He wants it to be a nice straight line, and then we're gonna have metal edging that goes along it. So again, it's pointless to try to make a natural edge when you're just gonna have metal edging on the outside of it holding it together, and then that keeps the planting separated from the paving. And anyway, so this piece is sitting there. When you look at it again, it'll be cut, and basically I just put this guy down, take the saw blade and chop right next to it all the way through in a nice straight line. The next thing, well, there is no next thing except to do it. And that's what you get. The saw cut through it. Cut through this guy. That piece is going to fit nicely up into there, and I'm just going to hone those edges. I left this edge natural. I left this edge natural. That was the existing stone that was here. What we're trying to do is match that pathway over there. So all these pieces that I've pulled out of the pathway have been cut. I don't want to cut them again because I want to try to make it, honor what the first installer did, and kind of mix it with what I'm doing and try to make minimal cuts on my end, I guess, or the cuts that I make, I want to go around his stone and not vice versa. So anyways, the next one will be installed. One quick thing is how you hone it. Take the hammer. There's lots of ways to do it. People can hit it with a regular hammer, take a rock, do whatever. I'm going to take this, rough up the edge. Basically, you're just trying to break it. You're not trying to break off chunks, but sometimes, the designer wants like knocks cut off so it looks natural. Anyways, you take the honer, take the hammer tool, go through, kind of knock this down. Take a rock with a nice flat edge to it so you don't rip your hand up. And then you're knocking out all those little divots that you put in there, so you give it a nice honed finish. It looks like on this one, the guy might have thermaled it. I can't really tell, but basically you can use this hammer, knock little divots in it, and take a torch on it, and it pops the stone, heats it up and pops it, and gives it a natural finish like you never really touched it. You can kind of tell it's been manufactured, but it gives a nice look to it. I can definitely do that when this is all done, but let me install this, take a picture, or make another little video. So there it is, cut in. Nice edges. It's hard to see because the slurry makes it so you can't see the edges, but they, you know, when you sweep sand in the cracks, it looks 10 times better. I'm trying to keep tight joints, still make them natural. I'll continue out this way today, you know, all the way to the arbor to get my elevation. And I can fill in back to this area, you know, throwing a level across it. I don't have to have string lines up. I have a laser level. It just makes it a lot easier. String lines, really hard when you're doing this stuff by yourself. Got all the big stone up there, so I'll be getting to work. I am Nelson Turtle's father. Alright, so it's kind of hard to see with the shadows, but that's the partial patio cut in. That's what it's going to look like. Nice joints. You get a better view over here. I hope that's coming in. That's what it's going to look like though. Just like a puzzle. 50-pound pieces. I am Nelson Turtle's father.